Sir, 2 years ago, I inaugurated the first conference of Development Commissioners for Community Projects. I spoke bravely then of the great task ahead. None of us knew at the time how this new adventure would shape itself and what results it would bring. Now, 3 years later, the fourth conference of development commissioners is meeting to review their work and to plan for the future. Last year at Uttaramand, after considering the work done during 2 years, they decided to increase the pace and to spread out this network of community projects and the National Extension Service all over India. They laid down as their objective that they would cover the whole of India by the end of the second 5 year plan. This was a very brave decision, but I take it that the men who came to this decision did so boldly and knowing fully the nature of the task. They were, in fact, men who were themselves shouldering the burden of this vast scheme and were therefore talking with full knowledge of both the success obtained and the problems and difficulties ahead. They are now meeting on the eve of our drawing up the second 5 year plan. Within 6 months' time from now, we hope to present a draft of this plan, and within less than a year, the plan should be finalized and should begin functioning. I say finalized, but there can be no finality or rigidity about such a plan. It must be flexible and capable of change and improvement as fresh experience is gathered. But some targets have to be kept in view and worked up to. There are obvious limiting factors, and we cannot merely translate into the words and phrases of our plan our hopes and aspirations. While we should be idealistic, we have to be realistic also. We have to calculate our resources. These resources can partly be calculated in terms of past experience and partly in other and more uncertain terms. If our progress is to be faster than in the past, as we wish it should be, then a mere projection of the past is not adequate. The future must necessarily excel the past. Resources are of many kinds in money, in labor, in the human being properly attuned to the task before them. This last is very flexible and uncertain factor. It may, under fortunate circumstances, exceed any estimate that we can make of it. It may also belie our expectations. But we have now a certain experience to guide us, and this experience of the past few years has increased our faith in our people, made us more self-reliant, and emboldened us to think in bigger terms than in the past. Much has happened in these few years which has led to this result. But I think that the most significant development of these years has been in the domain of community projects and the National Extension Service. Apart from the practical results which have been achieved, and these are both visible and considerable, there is something even more important, even though it cannot be measured and weighed. This important factor is the spirit of the people, the removal of inertia in thought and action, the development of a team spirit in national work, and the sense of partnership of the people in great undertakings. This presents the new dynamism which is so essential to all progress. It means a social revolution in our ways of life, and work is creeping gradually but surely over the vast land of our India. It is because of this that the community projects and the National Extension Service have become more than anything else symbols of the reviewing spirit of India. They have not only moved our own people, more especially in the rural areas, but have attracted the attention of others parts of the world, more especially of countries in Asia and Africa which have to face problems rather similar to ours. These community schemes are not a replicator, a copy of something from abroad. Although we have learnt much other countries, they are essentially an Indian growth suited to the Indian conditions. Sir, we are in receipt of your letter dated 21st instant. The bank has given due consideration to your request, and I am happy to inform you that the bank is agreeable to grant the necessary assistance as requested by you for the opening of an institute under the scheme for self-employment of qualified unemployed persons. However, on a careful scrutiny of the papers submitted by you, which were forwarded to our legal advisor for his examination and legal opinion thereon, our legal advisor has sought clarification on certain points mentioned below. Most of them are technical in nature and can be solved at your end. No doubt you have mentioned in your letter dated 21st instant that you require financial assistance to start an institute, but you have not mentioned, maybe through oversight, your technical qualifications in the subject. The bank would like to know the exact location of the proposed institute, which door number, street and area. Please let us know whether you have got your own accommodation or you propose to start the institute in a hired building, and also the measurements of the building in which the said institute will be housed. The bank shall be glad to know whether you have got any previous experience in the teaching of the subjects, and also what arrangement you propose to make for conducting the classes. The bank desires that you should please arrange to get a surety to the extent of rupees 50,000. The bank also desires to know the number of qualified teachers whom you wish to employ for teaching the various commercial subjects like typewriting and shorthand both in English and Kannada. On hearing from you, the bank will take further action to sanction the loan as desired. Yours faithfully.